Shocking new details on the real cost of running electric school buses. Tonight, News 10 NBC investigative reporter Jennifer Lukey goes to a local district. It's spending 9 times more to run electric buses over diesel ones. Naples is in rural Ontario County. The school district here used some federal grant funding a few years ago to buy 2 electric school buses. Those buses were used to pick up kids on different routes in different kinds of weather.
We have 9 routes. They average anywhere from 65 to 80 miles round trip. And basically 8 of the 9 routes are all uphill. The drivers say they actually perform better than the diesels on the road in terms of they pull the hills better, they are a much smoother ride. They say they ride like a Cadillac.
But that's if the temperature is between 20 and 80 degrees. When it's not?
How often this winter did you say, we're not even going to run these?
This winter, they probably ran, I would say they probably were on the road maybe 50% of the time.
Is it in the morning when you see how cold it is and you can't get the batteries up to 100%, you say, forget it, we're going diesel?
Yep. We were spending probably 20% of our battery on just trying to get heat in the buses to put them out on the road. And so they had to midday charge in order to get enough charge to run the afternoon.
And then there is the cost to consider.
You said you're data driven. What has the data showed about how much you were paying to run a diesel bus versus how much you're paying to run an electric bus?
So currently we're paying about 36 cents per mile for a diesel bus. And that holds fairly steady because we can purchase our diesel off of state contracts. So it stays more level than, your gas stations. The electric, on the other hand, is all over the place because you never know from month to month what it's going to be. So by the time you start factoring in your kilowatt hour for the supply and the delivery and all the other charges, just the same as you would for your diesel bill, we're paying $3.18 per mile for an electric bus.
36 cents compared to $3.18 per mile. The Naples superintendent says for now, these will be the only 2 electric buses they have.
Trying to be fiscally responsible is something that all superintendents across the state are really working hard to achieve that. We're trying to look out for our taxpayers, and we're trying to maintain great programming for students. I think the challenge with this is that right now the differential in costs between an EV bus and a diesel bus, it's $300,000. And when you start to think about even Naples, we're a relatively small district who replaces 2 buses a year typically, that's $600,000 in additional monies that the taxpayers would have to come up with. And that's exclusive of any charging or infrastructure upgrades that we would have to bring in if we were to go further.
Naples has already filed its request for a 2-year waiver to the state's mandate that all school districts stop buying diesel buses by 2027. Dozens of other districts across the state have asked for that same exemption. Jennifer Lukey, News 10 NBC. The current mandate requires schools stop buying diesel buses by next year and stop using them altogether by the year 2035. Districts can apply for 2-year extensions. The governor has not said what will happen if districts can't get their voters to approve the purchase of electric buses.